This video will show you how to replace the rear drive shaft assembly on a Ford Edge. This will be located under your vehicle. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Now a quick note about this, before the removal of the drive shaft, we want to make sure we set our parking brake and apply wheel chocks in front and in the rear of each one of your tires. Let's start removing the drive shaft from the rear differential yoke. For this, you're going to find that you have 4 13mm headed mounting bolts to be removed. Keep in mind, once you do remove all of these, this could potentially come swinging down. I don't want you to get hurt. Typically for my first mounting bolt, I'll fully remove it. I'll give it a quick inspection and then I just start it back in a couple threads. This will help prevent it from falling while we continue on. Just a couple light taps here should help break it free using a rubber mallet. Let's leave this in place. We'll continue forward. Now towards the center we have the carrier bearing area. We need to remove the mounting bracket from the body of the vehicle. In this area I typically like to fully remove my hardware. Quick inspection, start each of them on a couple threads. This will hold it in place for us while we continue on to the front hardware. We have 13mm headed mounting bolts. Make our way forward. For the front flange, we have 13mm headed mounting bolts. There's 4 of these holding this in place. Couple light taps over here. Let's finish the removal of that drive shaft. So I'm in the center here, I'm pressing up. I'm going to remove the hardware holding this in place. Just a quick inspection of that, we'll set it aside. Couple bushings, couple washers. Should be able to start sliding this down. Now we will have to still hold this. Let's make our way to the rearward aspect so we can remove that and then we can bring this down. So we're holding on in the center. Get this off of here. Let's remove that drive shaft. Now prior to installing our drive shaft, let's make sure we clean and inspect our mounting area. We're going to start up along the front at our flange. Just going to use some fine sandpaper. We'll give this a light scuffing. Make sure you don't see any miscellaneous debris or damage. This looks good. Let's make our way rearward. Now we're in the center where our carrier bearing would be. Not much to see here. Just make sure nothing's rotted or weak. Back towards the rear differential next. Fine sandpaper. Now it's time for installation of our drive shaft. As we bring this into position, this can be easiest if you had a second person holding onto the rear of the drive shaft. We're taking the front, we're going to start sliding it towards our flange. Now while I have that up in that position, I like to start in a couple of my mounting bolts there to try to prevent that from falling. For each one of my mounting bolts, I've cleaned the threads and I like to use some blue thread locker. We are only starting these in, we do not need to fully tighten these at this point. Onto the carrier bearing. As we bring this up into position, we need to make sure we have it in the proper orientation. You're going to find if you have it backwards, it will not go into the proper positioning. Now that I have this in the proper position, it's time for our metal washers and our rubber bushing. As far as the washers, the larger diameter washer would be the one facing towards that mount. We have a bushing, and then we have a smaller diameter washer. Go ahead and press everything together here. We'll continue on with our mounting nut and then repeat the process for the other side. Now I've got my washers and my bushing. Everything's in the proper orientation here. Now this should hold everything together for us here. Let's make our way to the rear for the rearward hardware. Now as I start bringing up the drive shaft here towards our rear differential yoke, you may find you have to carefully spin the rear differential yoke to make it match up. Got that bolt started in, we'll just do the same to all others here. Now when it comes time to snugging and torquing each one of your flanges, whether it's from the rear or along the front, the torque will be 52 foot-pounds, and we want to do this in a crisscross manner. That's all pieces of hardware back here. We can make our way towards the front. We're going to torque the front flange to 52 foot-pounds as well. Then we're meeting in the center, 30 foot-pounds for each one of those center mounting nuts. So up along the front, same process as I mentioned, crisscross manner. Now in the center at the carrier bearing, we're going to make sure we snug each one of our mounting nuts. The torque for these will be 30 foot-pounds. Double check to make sure that's properly secured in place. Okay friend, we finished the installation of our drive shaft. Now the next thing you need to do is make your way out from under the vehicle. You're going to run the vehicle and take it for a road test. We want to make sure you don't feel any odd vibrations or noises coming from your driveline. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.